to the OC. Pat O'Melia here. Yes, the OC stands for the Ocean County Show. The reason I do this because I think the people in Ocean County need an objective voice, and that's me. Well, again, we used to be the Toms River Show. Now we expanded to the county, and we're going to do the Ocean County Show probably twice a month, maybe 3 times a month. Well, it depends on the news. You got some news now. You're going to have a reorganization of the commissioners in Ocean County. They're getting some young blood in here, and if you remember from the Toms River days, I applaud George Gilmore and the Ocean County GOP for getting younger. I made the joke that, you know, the day the music died, well, all those people on the commissioner board, they were at that jukebox listening to that music. We had people in there 77 years old as a commissioner. Now you're getting some young blood. You already got one on there now. The 2 commissioners that will receive the line, I believe they're like 30 years each, 30 years old. Excellent. Let's get younger. Let's get proactive. Let's get progressive. Let's keep moving Ocean County forward and not digging into your pockets. Looks like you're going to get a tax break, but what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about buying a car in Toms River. We're going to talk about the latest on the school merger referendum, and we're going to talk about town hall in Toms River. We'll do all that when we come back. You're watching the OC. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Panepinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panepintodevelopment.com. Panepinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back. Pat O'Melia here with the Ocean County Show, the OC. As I said in the opening, I was looking for another car. My Cadillac was hit in front of the house on Hamilton and Seaside Heights in front of my kid's house. Guy was hit with a DUI, making a left off Central onto Hamilton, and just complete the left. It blows right to the middle of my Cadillac. I had that Cadillac for like 16 years, a 2000 Eldorado, nice car. I only used it during the summer. Totaled out. I had a whole battle with the insurance company, but we got that settled. Now I have to find a replacement car. And I had a criteria of what I wanted. Something that was easy on gas, because I do a lot of driving, or small 4x4 wheel drive, or I was interested maybe in the Buick with the legendary 3800 engine, the 6-cylinder 3800, but probably the best engine ever made. So off I go to find a car. And one of the first things you have to do is make sure you got the right people involved. Now, I'm a car guy. I can pretty much spot a good car. I know what I'm looking for. No rust, the decals on the front, when you open the hood, if you don't see the decals there on the radiator support, it's probably been on the wrong side of a medium. I'm looking for the wheel covers on the inside of the car. I'm looking to see if the headlights are the same color. I'm trying to see if there's any damage, door jams, the fit and finish of the car. But I'm not a mechanic, an auto mechanic. I'm a shade tree auto mechanic. Down in Toms River, the best mechanics you're going to have to work on your car is CNC. That's Chris and Pat, and they're over on Route 37 and Clinton Avenue, right behind the Delta gas station, Tommy V. When I was looking for the cars, I'm buying it in Toms River, that's for sure. I'm looking at Mike and Sons used cars on 37 and Ken's used cars on Fisher Boulevard. I started out, again, I'm interested in fuel economy. I started out looking for a Volkswagen Beetle. I had one back in 2000. It was a good car. I mentioned that to Chris and Pat. You would think I had cursed them or something. They were like, oh my God, folks, don't get a Volkswagen or an Audi. Oddly enough, that was the same opinion my guy in North Bergen, Juan, has about working on Volkswagens or Audis. So Pat and Chris shot down the Volkswagen pretty quick. I looked at a Ford Escape, a four-wheel drive, a little four-wheel drive, six-cylinder. Again, I'm trying to look at fuel economy, but I'll take the four-wheel. I have a four-wheel drive in North Bergen that I have on the side in case of snow. I could use one down here. Brought that to Chris and Pat. They shot that thing as if they took a machine gun, shot it up, kicked it to make sure it was dead. They listed every problem the Ford Focus had, from transmissions to you name it. There were problems with the Ford Focus, and it had some miles on it. It said, don't get this one. So off we go. I'm back now. I'm looking at the Buick, the 3800. I just couldn't find the right car. There were issues, like I'm saying, fit and finish. One car looked nice, but all the decals were gone, so that meant there was some damage to that car. The temperature, and it tells you the oil, all those safety decals when you open the hood. If they're not there, there was an accident. I couldn't find that. So I kept looking. And even with the 3800, Pat and Chris, they said, you got head gasket problems with that if it overheats. Not a problem for me, because I'm not going to let it overheat. We're riding back and forth. We're looking at cars. I'm going to expand it now to other dealerships on Route 37. I like Keith and Ken. Those guys were fine, but we just couldn't find the right car. But through the course of all this, looking for a car and doing research, we kept passing Tommy V's, the Delta station on 37 in Clinton. That's pretty much right in front of the CNC shop. And there's this little blue Chevy there. And we must have rode by this thing for weeks as we were looking for cars. And my wife finally says, why don't we look at that? And I'm like, I don't know what that car is. It's a Chevy Evo, A-V-E-O. So we stopped. We talked to Tommy V, nice guy. He's in the classic cars also. Said, take a ride. Go take a ride. Take a ride up and down 37. It runs good. It's a small car, but it has a lot of leg room. I'm a big guy, 6'3". So we go and buy it. So we're going to buy that. And oddly enough, Tommy V knew the car, and Chris and Pat knew the car. So there was no negativity. The only thing they knocked was it wasn't, it's not a lot of power in it. So it's like 104 horsepower, but it's good on fuel. I'm going to bring it over to Chris. I bought the car. I've had it for, I guess about maybe 2 months now. I'm going to bring it over to Chris and Pat. I want to change the valve cover gaskets on it. We're going to change all the hoses and all the belts, all the things that can bite you on the butt if you don't know the history of it. I'm going to look at the timing belt like Chris and Pat when they're doing the valve cover and make sure the timing belt on it is good. It was replaced back in 2011. It's a 2004 Chevy. You see it, the little blue car there. But one of the main thing I want to express here, if you're buying a car, you need your car worked on in Toms River, CNC, Chris and Pat, they are the guys. Not sure if they like cars, but they know how to fix them, and they do it well, and they're reasonably priced. If you're looking for a car, you can't go wrong with Mike and Sons on Route 37. Keith there was nothing but above board with me. And the same thing with Ken on Fisher Boulevard by the fire department there. Nothing but professional. They would let me take the cars, bring them over to CNC where Chris and Pat would just shoot them dead. And it wasn't like the condition of the cars. It was the history of these cars that both those guys had problems with. Don't get that. We're going to have a problem with that. You got a problem with the rear. Got a problem with the trans over these years. Those guys, professional, you listen to your people. But again, I want to thank Chris and Pat for steering me the right way, and especially Keith at Mike and Sons and Ken at Ken's Used Cars. If you guys are looking for a car for your second car or a car for your kids, you can't go wrong with Mike and Sons or Ken's Used Cars. And again, you need your car fixed or you're going to have it checked out, go see Chris and Pat at CNC. All right, when we get back, we'll talk about some real legitimate problems in Ocean County and Toms River. We'll be right back.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care,
the latest clinical trials,
researchers working to find a cure,
and nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
OC here, the Ocean County Show. Pat O'Meara. Don't forget the stuff on the bottom of the screen. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Download the live stream and Vimeo app. That's where we archive all our shows. You see it on the bottom there. The latest on the Toms River Seaside Heights school merger. The idea is to merge the Boyd Elementary School into Toms River. And the central school district there in Toms and Seaside Heights was against it. Toms River is in favor of it. Dan Roderick, the mayor of Toms River, is not in favor of it. Now, all of a sudden, miraculously, everybody's in favor of it now. The central school district in Seaside Heights, the administration in Seaside Heights, the Toms River School District, they're all in favor. One of the caveats here, and what's probably got them all on the same page, is that the school will continue to operate for 4 more years at least, provided school enrollment is up. Now, there is a Seaside Heights. I'll put this on the screen. I got the flyer here, and it's giving you the pros and cons of voting yes and voting no. I'm saying still no. Here's my reason for no. First off, I agree we should be consolidating school districts. Yes, we should. Toms River School District and the Central School District of Seaside Heights, they should merge. More districts in New Jersey should merge. We shouldn't have more school districts than we have municipalities, because every one of these school districts all come with expenses. And I put my phone on silent, but my watch is still going. All these districts have expenses. They have personnel. They have superintendents. You're paying for that. Whether you're paying with local taxes, you're paying with state taxes, you're paying for all those school districts. So yes, let's merge as many school districts as possible. That is good. That is good business. Closing a school, whether we're closing it next year or we're closing it in 4 or 5 years from now, is ridiculous. So the borough of Seaside Heights can convert the school into a municipal building. There are places in Seaside Heights where they can build a municipal building. You know, the mayor of Seaside Heights, Tony Vaz, his vision is to return Seaside Heights back to what it was once. And that was a 12-month a year, a 24/7, 365 community. You're not going to have that if you don't have schools. Now, if they want to build a new municipal building somewhere, or they're talking about a police department that would convert the school into, you got the American Legion Hall that, last I seen, the only thing that functions in that building is the bar. The rest of it is a time capsule of Sandy. So there are other places. There are other spaces in Seaside Heights where they can accomplish their goal of building a police station. There is no municipalities in the state of New Jersey that I'm aware of that are closing schools. Now, the Catholics do. Catholics close their schools. But before they even say the words, we're going to close that school because enrollment is down, a charter school moves in. And boom, voila, enrollment is huge. The Catholic Church got into the real estate business. They're closed. That's what they do. They're closing the Catholic schools, and they're turning around, leasing out the schools on a triple net lease. So the leasee is responsible for everything, and the church is getting one big check every month. But the municipal governments aren't doing that. They're having a hard time finding space now for children. I just did a piece on North Bergen recently where they have a pre-K schools in trailers in a big county park. Perfect setting. There isn't enough school space. We can't afford to keep going into your pockets to build more schools. We have to figure out another way to accommodate the influx of schools. And it has to do with development, and we got to get these developers involved in funding these schools. But that's a whole nother show there. No municipality is closing their schools. They're having a hard time finding school space. I am astounded that the goal there is, we'll keep the school open for another 4 years or so, depending on how enrollment is, and then we'll make a decision. No, The school should be untouched. It is off the table. That school needs to remain there. Like I said, if Seaside Heights is going to be that year-round community, you need a freaking school. You might need another school because that's only up to 6th grade. And as I said last, and it's funny, one of the arguments they were talking about why they're going to go extend another 3 or 4 years, because it would be a problem. I said this in one of the other shows, bringing the kids over the bridge if it ices up. Well, yeah, there's going to be problems getting the kids over the bridge if it ices up, or the bay and there's a storm and it's a full moon and you get flooded out there. There is no logical reason to close a school and convert it into a municipal building. Makes no damn sense. No other community is doing this anywhere. But here it seems to be the idea. Again, I'm all in favor of consolidating the school districts, cut the expenses. We have to do more shared services. I've been preaching this on the Toms River Show for years with the county. More shared services. Cut the overhead, cut the expenses, cut the pensions by eliminating personnel. I know it sounds, oh, you want to get fire people. We have to get a handle on the cost of the state of New Jersey. It is the most expensive state in the union. And we just can't keep operating like it's the 1950s here. Consolidation is important. Will some people lose jobs? Sure. Not all of them, but some people will. School districts, do we need 5 or 6 superintendents? No. I did a piece on that on the Toms River Show. It was like $82 million a year in school superintendents. Come on. And that's just a super. And they never list all the deputy supers or sub-supers or what have you. Bottom line, vote no on closing. And that's what it really is. Vote no on closing that school, whether we're closing that school this year or we're closing that school 5 years from now. You vote no on that, and hopefully they'll come back and they'll come up with another addendum to the referendum. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the OC. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital, with innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
We're back. Pat O'Melia here, the OC show, Ocean County show. Again, vote no for closing the school. That's what it's all about. All right. Chaos in Toms River. Hey, Toms River, how are you doing? Not too good right now. There's resignations are going left and right here. There's an exodus of high-paying positions, by the way. We're not talking low-money jobs here that people are resigning from. Last week, 2 high-level township employees, your chief financial officer, person who puts together the budget, and the town engineer. And actually, I'm not 100% sure yet. Those the chief financial officer and the town engineer resigned. and the public information officer may have resigned. We're not 100% sure of that. But this is following a few other resignations that occurred since Mayor Dan Roderick took office. Now, I'm hearing there is a lot of municipal dysfunction that is, and it's even caught the attention of the Ocean County prosecutor, I'm hearing, and that has to do over the release of information. It's Executive Order 69, I believe it is. That information has to be distributed to the news outlets, the local news outlets, to inform the public that what's going on. And the tipping point occurred. There was an accident. I think it was on Fisher Boulevard or Hooper Boulevard. I forget what. I think it was Fisher. And for some reason, the town wasn't sending out the info, which is in violation of law. Ocean County prosecutor allegedly got involved in it and informed the Township of Toms River that you got to send out the information to the news medias, whether you like those news medias or not. And that was done. Now, I remind you, it is not unusual when there's a new administration that people resigned and there's a turnover in personnel. You bring in your own team. Many of these positions serve at the pleasure of the mayor. It is unusual that the people who are resigning are the people that came in with the new administration. That is really unusual. What Roderick needs to do, Dan's, he's no fool. He's an educator by profession. He's a bit of a loose cannon, a little abrupt, a little abrasive. He may have to learn how to be a mayor. A lot different than being a council person, being the mayor. You're responsible for a lot of people, a lot of decisions. And one of the main things you have to make sure it doesn't happen is discourse. You have to try to keep, and it's very difficult. I've been dealing with mayors, and I deal with mayors every day. I probably talk or text with at least 3 or 4 of them today alone. You have to know how to manage people, their personalities, and their jobs. Dan Roderick has to learn that he is not the king of Toms River. He's the mayor of Toms River. And he's going to have to follow the procedures that are set by the state and the council and the county, and particularly when it comes out to distributing information for the public consumption. Dan has got to get his hands out of there a bit. Roderick, in this case, with this latest group of resignations, Dan Roderick is claiming it's political, that he's alluding to or inferring that the previous mayor Maurice Mohill, allegedly told the chief financial officer and the engineer to resign. I don't see how that happens. I suppose Mo gets on the phone, calls him on a smartphone, says, I'll tell you what I want you to do. That's embarrassed, Dan. I want you to resign from those high-paying $180,000, $240,000 a year job. That didn't happen. There was some discourse. There was some possible disrespect. Whatever the case is, you really have to push somebody pretty far to walk away from the kind of money these 2 job positions had. Chief financial officer and the town engineer. Roderick needs to do, it's something Mohill needed to do and he never did, get some politically savvy people around him, people that he will listen to, people who don't have a problem telling him, Dan, you're wrong. This is how it has to be. And until Dan assembles that group around him, he's going to have problems. If that doesn't change, Dan's going to be recalled after his first year. Now, after 1 year, you can recall. Some are saying that George Gilmore might be that politically savvy person. That ain't going to happen. Those 2 can't coexist. That'll never happen, that Dan and George Gilmore will coexist. But outside of the employee exodus that's going on at Town Hall, Roderick is doing everything he said he would do on a campaign trail. A campaign, by the way, he won with 70% of the vote. He's done everything he said. He may be abrasive. He may have gone about it the wrong way with the personnel, but he's doing what he said he would do on the campaign trail. Let's give Roderick time to enact his changes at Town Hall, to implement his campaign promises that gave him that 70% of the vote win. Roderick needs to change his mayoral method. when it comes to implementing his vision for Tom's River outside of the personnel issues. I think he's off to a good start. You know, he said he'd reduce the size of town government. He would cut your taxes. He would streamline town services. There's the issue with the Tom's River PD. He's not defunding the PD. He's just not replacing 2 captains. You know, you promote somebody, 2 other people a captain. The town's got another high salaries. You got pensions you have to deal with. The school referendum, he's right. Don't vote for that thing. The pet shelter, if you can get the county to take it over, that's fine. He needs to introduce the shared services with the county, eliminate the redundancy of departments that the township of Tom's River has and the county of Ocean County has, which, by the way, those redundancies in those departments you're paying for with your tax dollars. And he said he would cut the tax bill. Let's give Roderick the time, but Roderick has got to work with the people of Town Hall also. I think after a while, Roderick will get his footing, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, if he doesn't, he'll be recalled after 1 year. All right, we're out of show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.